Off Limits is the money podcast that blows up stereotypes, showing you that managing money doesn't have to be hard.
We want you to thrive, not only with your money, but in every part of your life.
What you will get out of this podcast is real, relatable, and relevant tips and strategies that you can apply today. Hi, I'm Donald Raymond, and this is
Christine Spiak. We are money coaches, business owners, and colleagues who are passionate about helping you become more of who you are. So if you're ready, join us. So in the intro, Donald read, and I really feel like we glossed over this, so I want to backtrack a little bit. $130,000 plus another $70,000 in debt is
these guys
gone
are rock stars
from your lives. Yeah, Donald, come on. Right? I think we need to applaud them.
Absolutely.
I wish we were together so we can high five them.
Yeah.
That's mostly you.
Everybody makes some decisions, but debt, don't get into it. For school, if you're going to school or you have a kid in school, those scholarships are free money. They can have a part-time job filling that out after school. No, you're not going to get paid for that. You get paid by not taking out a student loan at the end. That was so documented. It was since I started my pay back the debt journey, it was $163,000, $123,123.59. But when it is all counted up together, it is just shy of $200,000 because I did pay some of it back during school. And then he came along. And so ultimately, if I count that piece up plus his 30, it's 203. I think we counted it.
We went and adjusted the numbers, and I think it's actually that came in closer to 40 brought in.
Wow.
Because I was not counting some other things that I thought, I was like, oh, that's not debt.
Sure. Yeah.
That is normal too. Most people don't.
Right. So what was something that you didn't count as debt?
Like for me, having a car payment isn't like having a credit card, having a personal, like a personal line of credit, something like that. I saw those as things, but having like an auto loan wasn't really necessarily clicking to me. Or, in the student loans I had, they were small, but they were deferred. It was everything was under forbearance. It was I hadn't touched them in so long because I'm military. I would deploy, I'd come back and deploy. I hadn't touched those things in forever, not realizing that they were growing in the background. I think I ended up paying 4 times. Because I'm military, I only had a little bit of student loan, but the student loan I did have, because I just didn't touch it and didn't look at it for years, I ended up paying 4 times as much on the loans because I let the interest just sit there and compound and accrue. Even though it's in forbearance, you still get charged the interest. I didn't, and I didn't know nothing about budgets.
And you don't know what you don't know, right, Donald? We talk about that all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
And I was not raised to save, spend. I was raised on the idea that, on your last day should be the last day that you had $1 to your name, and
the last check should bounce, right?
Yeah, the last check should bounce. That whole idea, yeah. But I'm learning how much anxiety and pressure you feel by, are you going to have enough to get to the next month? The fact that right now, like with our emergency fund, that we could pretty much go 6 months.
Mm-mm.
Well,
3.
Well, 3, but
2.5 because we're not quite at 3 yet.
I love Ari jumping in there. I love that.
I have a great deal of anxiety when it comes to the security of the finances. So I shoot high, he shoots more reasonable, and we meet somewhere in the middle where balance, he probably gives me a little bit more for the high value. But no, we have 2.5 months because you're not. Yeah, we're at 2.5 months. We're almost at 3.
But you're almost there.
Okay, so that's something to celebrate too. So you've paid off close to $204,000. I think that was like the number you landed on of debt. Celebrate. Almost fully funded 3-month emergency fund. celebrate that too. The two of you working together, right? Ari, you said it early on. You can come together and the two of you can build each other twice as fast, or you can tear each other down twice as fast, right? And you're certainly building yourselves up.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Off Limits.
Beyond the podcast, we are money coaches who want to help you.
So if you are looking for help managing your money, use the links in the description below to contact either of us and learn how coaching can help you thrive.
Lastly, please help us to spread the word by subscribing, leaving a comment, and sharing our podcast with your friends and family.